That's right.
Flippy update.
Do you want fries with that?
Yeah, it's the Flippy update time. I can't believe I forgot it last time. You know, I've been kicking myself since last show about forgetting the spiel, and I remember it now, folks. Flippy is our colloquial name for the disembodied robot arms that are taking our jobs, enslaving our children, and flirting with our spouses. We use talking about Flippy as a way to explore all the new, fun, and exciting ways that robots are taking over the world and how there's nothing we can do about it. Today's Flippy update is coming from spectrum.ieee.org, and it's a bit of a called it because since 2016, since we've been doing the virtual reality updates, we've been talking about this exact thing. And the headline says 20 teams to compete for $10 million Telerobot X Prize. Robots will explore remote physical embodiment in the ANA Avatar X Prize finals. There's a lot in there, Gons. Remote physical embodiment being the key word. And it goes like this. Ideally, autonomous robots would be capable enough to do everything we wanted them to do. Ah, yes, the ideal, the human ideal to have autonomous robots do all the things. And lots of people are working very hard toward that goal. Annoyingly, though, humans are extremely capable. And with the exception of tasks that require a very specific combination of strength or speed or precision, having a human in the loop is still a good way of making sure that you get the job done. But the physical meat sack nature of humans is annoying as well. Ugh. So annoying, these humans and their meat. Restricting us to using our talents, and equally important, having physical experiences in only one location at a time.
Restricting us to our talents. Wow.
Yeah.
Just really downplaying any human talent, huh?
Okay. No, this is restrictive, and we can only be in one place at one time, Gons. It's one of the worst thing about us meat sack humans. The ANA Avatar X Prize seeks to solve this by combining humans and robots. Combining humans and robots by enabling physical, non-autonomous avatar systems that allow remote users to see, hear, touch, and interact in real time. This isn't a new idea, but with US $10 million up for grabs, this competition is the biggest push toward avatar robotics we've seen since the DARPA Robotics Challenge. And after a questionable, we reported on that, didn't we? And after a questionable start, the challenge evolved to, I would argue, better serve its purpose with a final event coming up in November that will definitely be worth watching. So not only is this a competition to create a robot avatar for human beings, but it'll be a spectator sport. It'll be a televised extravaganza. Avatar robots are systems designed to provide the hardware and software necessary for a remote human to experience the robot's environment as directly as possible and allow the human to interact with that environment. Strictly speaking, the extent to which you can call avatar systems robots is debatable because the focus is usually on fidelity of experience rather than autonomy. The systems are free to assist their users with carrying out low-level tasks, but systems that are anything more than semi-autonomous are specifically excluded from the X Prize competition. Avatar systems are essentially very, very fancy remote control stations connected to mobile manipulators. For the human in the loop, this typically means, at the very least, a virtual reality headset, along with some way of directly controlling a manipulator or two. They're talking about arms there, flippy arms. However, the concept could be extended to include wearable sensors and even brain-machine interfaces. Dum-da-da-dum. The idea is that once you have something like this up and running, distance ceases to be a factor, and you'd be able to effectively use the avatar system, whether it's in the next room over, the next continent over, or anywhere else from deep sea to high orbit.
I think it was my interview with Derek Gilbert years ago. And I talked about this passage in the book of Daniel, where it talks about in the end times, knowledge will increase and people will go to and fro and knowledge will increase. And a lot of Bible prophecy commentators were like, oh, see, we got airplanes and helicopters now. We're going to and fro. And I always thought, this kind of avatar stuff is way more tangible in a knowledge increasing and people going everywhere. So,
yes. Well, it is as close to teleportation as we can hope to get now, because it's sort of teleporting the awareness and intention of a human from where they are to where the robot is.
The other thing that this will do, they talk about, it's not autonomous because there's a human behind it. How do you think robots are going to be automated in the future? All humans showing exactly, providing the algorithm, so to speak.
Like the CAPTCHA.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
CAPTCHA. So for those who don't know, CAPTCHA, if you've ever,
logged into
an account or something, and there's that little box that says, are you a robot? And you check a box, hopefully that says, no, you're not a robot. Then it makes you go through a challenge, like click on all the bicycles or click on all the street lights or whatever. You are actually training AI that is used as a, are you human test, but the sort of mission of that is that it's training AI in the background. In the similar way, you can start out with these avatar robots, and as the humans are controlling it, accomplishing a task, the robot is also learning how to do it itself. It's actually the most efficient way to program a robot.
And then you can step away and let the robots do its thing. In the book Atopia Chronicles, which I bring up all the time, it's a fictional story. They do this, but instead of just having some kind of virtual self, right? It's more of a virtual body than an actual physical body in that story. But instead of that doing all of the automation, they actually, it goes the other way where your human meat suit is programmed to do the basics. Gotta eat, gotta sleep, gotta go to the restroom, boring, wasting time. Let the algorithm handle that stuff while I'm over here on the moon, jumping around with Mullet Basil in the VR, not the VR, but the actual physical meat space, So
right.
It's going to create a two-way street. And Chuck Missler talked about that all the time, how this is creating a two-way street. So you're going to control it, but eventually whatever kind of algos are out there could end up controlling your body. And that's where all the hive mind craziness comes into play.
And that is certainly, one of the sort of logical extensions of it. But even before that, there's the economics of creating a system where people don't retire. Even if you are, elderly and stuck in bed and can't work or something like that, you can still lay in bed, wear a VR headset, and control a robot in a factory, and stay a sort of working cog in the sort of dark machinations of our economic system that requires production to be a sort of useful member of society.
Right.
And we've been talking about the aging population, Japan being one of them, but it's happening around the world that there's less and less young people, which means older people will need to work longer in order for society to, stay stable. And with this kind of technology, you could have, as long as their mind is working, you can have older people working until the day they die. And they might have to.
And then when they die, the machine's got the algo, so it can keep kind of working, right? Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That's extra creepy.
Yep. And it's all wrapped up in a fun little competition, Gons. We love competitions. We love, they might as well just make a TV show out of this, Robo Wars or something.
Yeah.
Because making it into a competition, of course, while encouraging innovation and, leaps in technology, is also encouraging the social engineering aspect of it. Is like, it's a competition. Isn't this great? They won. This is the one. They got $10 million, baby. Strap me in. Let me work forever.
I can't help but contrast the competition for who's got the best kid mullet with the competition of figure out the robotics that will enslave us all.
Yeah,
you can tell by the dollar amount, $2,500.
True humanity,
10 million. That's what we're talking about. Enslavement.
That's how much we value true humanity. Is the mullet competition only gets $2,500, while the robots get whatever it was, 10 million.
10 million.
So there you go. There's your Flippy update for the day.
All right.